What's up, guys? We're out here riding the new Ibis HD5, and man, what an awesome bike. I just want to address a few questions that I had when I first saw the bike when Ibis released it about a month ago. I'm riding kind of the greenish, brownish, tan colored bike. It's kind of hard. Sometimes it looks kind of like army green or olive green. Sometimes it looks tan, and sometimes it almost looks kind of dirt colored, like earth toned brown. But I don't know, it's kind of greenish, I guess. And then the writing on it, where it says Ibis or Mojo HD, it's red. Where on the computer it looked like it could have been orange. It's definitely red. And then Tyler is up there riding with me. He's on the black one. So the black with like the fluorescent green or fluorescent yellow writing. Also, other things I've noticed right off the bat that are different than my HD4 that I actually just sold. I've had for over a year and a half now. Just sold it. Is it no longer has the 160 millimeter rear rotor, brake rotor, as standard. So the smallest size brake rotor on the back now is 180. You need to use a spacer on the HD4. On the previous HD4, you'd have to use a spacer for the rotor to fit a 180. And then all the cables are now routed internally, whereas on my HD4, you had one or two exposed. I think one exposed cable for your rear brake. Woo, we're climbing. I'm a little out of breath. I'd say it climbs real similar to my HD4. Which I thought for the category, you know, 150, 160 mil, 27.5 wheel size bike, climbs pretty awesome. And this HD5 is the same way. A little bit steeper head tube angle, or excuse me, a little bit steeper seat tube angle, 76 degrees. And then the head tube is slacked out a little bit to 64 degrees. So more, you know, more high speed stability type balance between this and my HD4, a little bit more stability probably. We'll find out here when we start descending, but man, cool changes, cool paint jobs, really cool looking paint jobs. And then they've introduced a lot more Shimano group sets into their build kits. So, follow the link in the description below the video here to go check out the build specs and different options. I'm running with the DPX2 today, shock, and the Fox 36 up front. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this thing descends. It climbs as good or better than my HD4, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna be making some comparisons to the HD4 today since I spent a ton of time on that bike. And then I just recently rode the SB 140 by Yeti, which kind of fills a similar category for sure. So we'll be talking about those. Let's get up on the top and descend. I'm just so familiar with this bike because I spent so much time on that HD4, and these are pretty similar. It's a little bit longer in the reach. Climbed awesome, actually. This is incredible. Oh man, this is such a good track to just come and ride all these bikes on. It's so easy to repeat and just ride. So good. Okay, so most of the stuff we've been riding up here has got high speed, kind of 6-inch to 1.5-foot drops, but all over 25, almost 30 miles per hour. And I cannot believe how stable the chassis of this bike is. It's insane. It feels better than my HD4. I don't know how much of it is attributed to that traction tune that they are putting on these bikes now. Nice. Yes. But man, the whole bike stays so smooth underneath me. It's crazy. Steep little high-speed ravine here. It feels super stable and just, it's like the small bump compliance is just turned up to 10. Like crazy. Oh, that was so fun. Man, that's as good and fast as I feel like I've ever ridden Jacobs. That was incredible. Dude, the bike is so active. Yeah. I can't believe it. It feels like a
Feels like a 27.5 should feel, like
playful and fun.
Yeah, but it's fast. It feels fast.
Feels fast.
Like
it kind of
29er almost.
You're saying that it's almost like 29er composure to you?
Yeah, it felt really composed to me, and then yeah, so way playful. Like
yeah.
I've ridden a couple of 27.5s, and they just haven't been as playful as this bike.
Dude.
Like the SB140, definitely not as playful as this bike.
Yeah, I felt the same way about the SB140.
Yeah.
It was a super stable bike, but this is more poppy and active and playful.
Yep. Yeah, I feel the same way.
Dude, that was freaking awesome. For those of you who don't know, I'm 5'8", 140 pounds, ride a size medium, and I rode this HD4, or well, the HD4, the previous Mojo before this one, and this bike feels so much more active. The shock just feels more active and open. I've got to think that it's attributed to that traction tune that they're doing, which is interesting because I've ridden that Roxy shock, that lighter weight tune shock on the SB100. It was actually the Yeti Betty, which had that Roxy tune, and I've ridden a Mojo 3, Ibis Mojo 3 with that Roxy tune for lighter weight riders. And I always, oh nice Tyler, I always liked that Yeti Betty, the girl version SB100. And I think it's because that tune. And I just think I've not ever been able to get the bike to be as active as I can with this shock tune. That's gotta be it. Anyway, yeah, enough about the shock tune. Time will tell. I'll get more time on this bike, but I definitely feel like this is a more open, active feeling bike. Like the suspension is just working more actively underneath me for sure. Which I guess for you heavier riders, you already had that feel. I picked up this bike from Salt Cycles in Sandy, Utah. For those of you who follow the channel know how much I love that bike shop. They support me. They're an Ibis, Yeti, and Pivot and Cannondale dealer, and just general 100% good guys. Go over and talk to Chris if you're looking for a new bike. Anyway, that's where I picked up this Ibis. They're incredible, good guys over there. So thanks guys for letting me take out this this bike. Man, just through all those little whoops and everything, just super active. Man, that's crazy. I did speed up. I went off the recommended settings off of Ibis's website for that DPX2. And I sped up the rebound just a little bit in the rear. Oh man, the bike just feels so playful for such a long travel bike. Just super, super fun. Just got done absolutely hammering Lower Rush here with Tyler. Super fun. Now I feel like the bike feels even quicker than my HD4. I don't know why it would. Maybe it's the placebo effect of a new bike. Who knows? But and also I rode my HD4 with a 170mm fork too, so not a big difference for me. Although the bike came spec'd with a 160. What's up, guys? I just got back from my ride on the new Mojo HD5 by Ibis. Man, I wasn't like in a super big hurry to ride this bike because I've been riding the HD4 for, geez, like a year and a half now. And I love that bike, and I thought, man, it's got a little steeper seat tube angle and a little slacker head tube angle, and that's cool. And I guess the length of the bike has changed a little bit, but kind of sitting on it, it kind of feels like the same bike, just sitting on it with the seat dropped down like this. But man, it felt awesome. The new suspension that they have with the traction tune is incredible. I weigh 140 pounds. I understand it's supposed to be better for lighter riders, and I've spent some time on the old Roxy Fox Shock tune that's for lighter riders, and I always liked that a lot. It was incredible. It felt more active, more open feeling, kind of more like a horse link bike, as weird as that may sound, but still had tons of support, and it still had lots of pop to it, just like the old HD4 did. Man, I can't say enough good things about this bike. I'm gonna buy this bike 100%. I'm gonna call up Salt Cycles and order one of these bikes and get it here and figure out what build kit I'm going to do. But I'm definitely going to buy it. I loved it. I had it yesterday and today, and it was incredible. I rode a size medium. It felt awesome. It's a very playful bike. I just recently rode the Yeti SB140. This is definitely more playful than that bike for me in a size medium. I thought it was definitely more playful, more poppy, more lively feeling. Tons of traction in the corners. I could not believe how much traction I had in the corners. And I can't believe how much fun 27.5 was. I know everyone's buying 29ers now. It's like all the rage. Everywhere I see people out on the trail, they're riding 29ers. But man, I can't believe how much fun this 27.5 bike was. It's just such a different experience than what I've been riding, and I really, really liked it. I think that's about all I need to say about it. I mean, it climbed awesome. I think it climbs better than the HD4 that it replaced. The bike was incredible. I had so much fun on this bike today. Again, I'll have links in the descriptions down below to go check it out. Wore my hip pack again today. Love this thing. Lab Austere hip pack. Holds all my essentials. 2 water bottles. It's a quick draw. Just grab it and put it back in there, and while you're riding, I take it on every ride now. I'll have a link in the description below to this hip pack. If you're looking for a hip pack, this one can't be beat. Rides super low on my back so it doesn't get me all sweaty. Kind of hangs off me like a tool belt. It's really cool. Use promo code yumyum for 25% off at checkout at Lab Austere for the hip pack. Man, what a great time to be a mountain biker. The bikes keep getting better and better with this new attention to a lighter tuned suspension, especially for a lighter rider. I loved it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next video.